CorporateMOM resolves the equation AI plus HI is equal to generative AI with a case study on IBM.
Copyright CorporateMOM, Corporate Management Orbiter Mission.
Welcome to another good presentation. Interesting one, topical. This is about CorporateMOM resolves the equation AI plus HI equal to generative AI. In response to the LinkedIn newsletter AI in Action from IBM, I present here my analytical report on keeping up with the generative AI. A video presentation by Kate Sewell from IBM Research. I find this subject matter quite timely and interesting on the subject of generative AI, which is very topical and almost every company is looking at it. Kate talks about AI economy, why foundation models are a paradigm shift for AI. Chapter 1 calls it Introduction to Generative AI Models. Chapter 2, Getting Started with Generative AI. And Chapter 3, The Platform Approach for Model Management. It's a very interesting one. She talks very well anyway. A summary of her talk with the help of an AI, another AI, I present here and how CorporateMOM looks at. There are several points raised therein, specifically on generative AI and what CorporateMOM offers in return. Number 1, large unlabeled datasets. Number 2, build expertise in generative AI. Number 3, update models regularly. Number 4, leverage a robust AI platform with governance tools. Number 5, while complex generative AI will help businesses innovate. I shortened it as a summary with another AI, and I concluded for CorporateMOM. Number 1, some of the points. I'll give the details hereafter. This is a summary. A leverage AI platform, a generative AI by merit, governance framework. Merit is measure, record, implement, and track the governance framework, which CorporateMOM insists on. Your database is full. Your traditional AI, artificial intelligence, that is what it is. Your knowledge base is empty. That means you need HI, human intelligence. Traditional AI plus HI gives you generative AI. Check generative AI merit governance framework as given herein. Traditional AI helps financial leverage and operating leverage that are static, whereas generative AI helps you with SOS governance leverage, which is dynamic, as a subject, object, self-governance leverage. You got to create a governance due diligence everywhere. Number 2, CorporateMOM, this is my conclusion, brings in the ecosystem from nature. It is a detailed study of ecosystem by CorporateMOM, and it is by it's a science. Ecosystem is a science of nature with everlasting metrics and benchmarks for corporate management operations. Generative AI can ignite ecosystem innovation by tapping into the collective brain power of all organizations quickly and easily. That's what IBB says. What CorporateMOM suggests for generative AI is to ignite the ecosystem of corporate reach the ecosystem set by set by nature. Generative AI will continue to be a reactive mission. Note, generative AI will continue to be a reactive mission, but transforms, as IBV says. Generative AI is unlike any technology that has come before by collaborating with HI. HI is human intelligence.
Welcome to AI Academy. I'm Kate Soul, Senior Manager of Business Strategy at IBM Research and the MIT IBM Watson AI Lab. Training a new large language model is a bit like launching a rocket. It's exciting, it's resource intensive, it requires an enormous amount of compute power, and the training process takes months. So you need intensive planning and preparation to make sure you've got the latest and best technologies in place. Because once you press go and the GPUs fire up and start training, the rocket has liftoff. You can no longer tweak the design. Any new innovation has to wait until the next launch. And just like rocket launches change the frontier of science, large language models and the broader class of generative AI that they belong to, called foundation models, represent a paradigm shift in how the world is going to leverage AI.
0, all engines running.
Launching Cream Ratings Academy, the CEO practices, and Cream Report for corporate growth, our commitment deeper and our efforts greater. The theme, the fourth industrial revolution, is about unleashing others' people energy.
Cream Ratings Academy. CREAM is an acronym for Corporate Governance, Risk Management, Earnings, Accounting Quality, and Management Quality. We are going to do the ratings, and this is the purpose. It is based on my book, Corporate Citizenship and Sustainability, measuring intangible, fiscal, and ethical assets. Two factors I would like you to note down: measuring intangible, measuring ethical assets. What is your company's ethical assets? You don't know. This is going to be an interesting aspect of understanding the subject matter, which is intangible. Intangible is defined in any of the definitions that you look at is something beyond our senses. That must change. What Immanuel Kant, nearly about 250 years back, said about wondered whether the science of metaphysics, the same pattern as that of the natural sciences, can be brought about. Yes, it has been brought about for the first time. That is what this is all about, the CREAM ratings.
Here are the 5 summarized points from Kate, and I'll take one by one and we'll give correspondingly what CorporateMOM has done about it, and my suggestion, absorbing what Kate has mentioned. Number 1, generative AI, like foundation models, can be trained on large unlabeled datasets and then tailored for many applications, unlocking new business value. Agree in principle. But what CorporateMOM does is this: an unlabeled data, the elements that lack distinct identifiers or classifications. That's what is unlabeled data. CorporateMOM, there are 17 SDGs, which I have split into 944, or Project Seed, 9 for social, 4 for environmental, 4 for economic sustainable development goals. There should be no data set unidentified or unclassified that does not fit into in any one or more of the 17 SDGs. That is a fundamental root level of analytics. If you are going to allow any data, which is what in banking operation say at the end of the year closing, suspense accounts. We can't have suspense account. We cannot have an unlabeled data set, period. This I am very clear about it. The second area which Kate says, to build expertise in generative AI, companies should establish an experienced team, test prototypes on low-risk use cases, determine requirements around trustworthiness, and operate transparently. Is it sort of a wishful thinking or one of those Sermon on the Mount areas? Let's be very clear about it. We got to measure. If we can't measure these things, transparency and all that, we lose everything. If that is what the generative AI is going to help us out, and let us make the best use of it. That's what CorporateMOM looks at it. Corporate governance goes by Newton's third law. If the matter exists under management quality, that is to say a policy has been created, measuring corporate governance of the same is made feasible by individuals, that is the subject. CorporateMOM specifies sustainability of efficiency brings profits, but for sustainability of profits and growth, you got to have sustainability of value system, which is very critical and essential. SYS subject object self-governance framework is so created by CorporateMOM that would satisfy what the second one, building the expertise to determine requirements around trustworthiness and operate transparently. I shall take up the third point by Kate. When getting started, tune pre-trained models for your cases first before training custom models from scratch. Update models regularly as regulations and best practices evolve. As when it goes, you add it up. Now, CorporateMOM is a very organized approach. An FEC, that is Fiscal, Ethical and Co-Responsible Report for the company, is prepared. Take into account the CREAM reports. CREAM is an acronym for Corporate Governance, Risk Management, Earnings, Accounting Quality and Management Quality. It currently specifies about 200 process blocks, 12 for quantitative elements under E, earnings, 188 qualitative under C, corporate governance, risk management, accounting quality, and M, management quality. Is these elements are of management operating system. 188 will grow. Today you have code of conduct, you have various elements like 17 SDGs. It may expand as and when the company absorbs. And UNGC, for example, which contains a lot of 4 different critical areas. So 188 will not stop, keeps growing to adopt new regulatory policies that is coming, which is flexible, which is available in the CorporateMOM CREAM report. Whereas 12 quantitative elements are stated under balance sheet and P&L would remain static. Not because that CorporateMOM is not providing or provision for it. That is what it is required. It is quantitative elements. If you have collected these 12, whether it is $1 million today is a turnover and become a $1 billion turnover tomorrow, your ratio analysis will remain the same. That's what it means, as later we will see about the various areas on that. So this is what I would like to talk about. CorporateMOM available, updating models regularly as regulation and best practices evolve, can be done and very easily done. Then the fourth one, okay, it's desire, is to leverage a robust AI platform with governance tools to aid employment. I'm sorry, leverage this to aid deployment and address ethical concerns. Transition from experimenting to owning model training over time. This is again as a synopsis brought out by the summarization of another AI. I've gone through completely what Kate has said about, and it's very interesting. I didn't do that summarization myself, picking up 1, 2, 3, 4, and all that. I allowed the AI to do that, and so it says is experimenting to owning model training over time and a transition. So experimentation to a substance of quality is imagination to substance of quality. The leverage AI platform, CorporateMOM looks at, create generative AI is merit governance framework. I'm giving it. Your database is full due to traditional AI, artificial intelligence. Your knowledge base is empty. That means you need HI, human intelligence. Traditional AI plus HI gives you generative AI. Check generative AI, CorporateMOM SOS governance framework as given next. It's a very interesting one in the sense what is static? You infuse generative AI with your own human intelligence. That's how it is able to expand very well. And what is otherwise not written in the balance sheet or P&L account? What goes behind it? What goes behind a balance sheet or this thing or the raw materials, which is in CREAM, E for earnings. CREAM is corporate governance, risk management, accounting quality, management quality. These are the four elements that back up your earnings, which is otherwise P&L will stop with that with the traditional AI. That CRAM is the one that is being infused into the generative AI due to human intelligence. That becomes the raw materials in terms of knowing why, what has happened, why this has not happened. You have 100,000 people within the company. A company like Volkswagen has got about nearly 700,000 people. How it happens? So many things have happened. Is one of the best case studies. Volkswagen, how the generative AI will be able to trigger amazing changes that will come to a company like Volkswagen. So is the case with every company. That is being done, which I am giving you in the SOS governance framework. Traditional AI helps financial leverage and operating leverage. Simple. You do all sorts of analytics and you keep on digging the same thing, ex post facto actually. That are static. Ex post facto means it's static. You can do nothing about it. But yet we do that analytics. Whereas generative AI helps you with SOS governance leverage, which is dynamic. That is what I keep recommending from CorporateMOM side. CAGR 2030, you analyze your current operations to 2030. CAGR 15%, 20%, 100%, and doesn't matter. But bring the CAGR to today. Bring the CARR, that is the reduction rate today. Then keep tracking. So if we have to have the 2030 targets on account of CO2 emissions, what generative AI is going to help is absolutely amazing. Have a look. In this CorporateMOM SOS governance standards, please have a look at it intently. Is a fiscal and ethical co-responsibility framework. Truck of entanglement. We are entangled with like an economic moral and hedonistic as animal spirits, John Maynard Keynes says, and go through the subject object, how it is being done, and then get the gender equality between women empowerment, women equity, plus men and women equity. That's an interesting subject. A generative AI is really going to help a company bringing up all this information. This chart is going to be really good. Then, hello Bhavesh. This recording is made specially for Uplands. I'm giving here, if you look at the framework, fiscal and ethical co-responsibility framework, track of entanglement, subject, object, self, SOS governance, sustainability report to come from the investee company by merit, measure, record, implement, and track. What is very crucial and important is that an investor company may look for $100 million. If they don't govern, we are not going to analyze and track your profit and loss account or balance sheet. That is secondary compared to how you govern. Governing is what is being given here. Strategy plan of 2030, fiscal, corporate governance and risk management. How you do that. Earnings is what we are talking about, mainly of P&L and balance sheet. And third is accounting quality and management quality. That's what we are looking at in a strategy plan, in the fiscal responsibility, in ethical responsibility, establishing corporate culture, and policies and regulatory compliance. And this is very important, how you do that. And the strategy plan will take into account the efficiency, no doubt, that is a fiscal responsibility. The most important thing is co-responsibility, is what you owe the society. That is being brought scientifically, like a atomic structure. It is corporate atomic structure, where investing company has to look for. Change your structure according to what I have suggested. CorporateMOM is corporate management orbiter mission. Something is orbiting your company. There are 200 fiscal assets. There are 200 qualitative and quantitative elements of management in terms of, you call one as a process block. Profit and loss account, profit is one process block. Paying to the company officials is about another process block. Employee cost. Like that, everything is a process block. Like that, you have insider trading, code of conduct. That's another type of process block. Like that, there are 200. The 200, 188 belong to this framework. It belongs to the qualitative elements of management, whereas 12 is only the quantitative elements of management. You may have a 10 crore turnover today, and it will become 10,000 crores to tomorrow is possible. But your number of process blocks remain the same. Your profit and loss account, the number of elements that you are analyzing is not going to change. That will remain the same, irrespective of what the volume is. It's not the case with 188. The 188 is as on today not measured. That's what CorporateMOM suggests. First, establish your company's operation by orbiter mission. Something is going to run around which constantly looks at your value system. That value system is the one which is going to make it everything different. So the investing company establish your change in corporate atomic structure and bring about the value system, and for which I recommend, if you see the framework, is the women empowerment. Out of the 188 belong to the ethical co-responsibility factors. There's the energy force. Whereas the matter, which is about 12 process block quantitative elements, or only about 12, fiscal responsibility. That both will have men and women, where I am asking you, pleading with you, entire ethical co-responsibility of 188 process block, give the women empowerment. Bring your wife and homely wife and mother to your organization. They know how to take care of this disciplined way of what I call as a corporate culture. And that is very much lacking. You go and try to get about 100 crores and spend as you like. And the boys only club has spoiled entirely. We can go into detail. These are all available in my book. Have a look at it. Whether you go for a for the expansion, go for a private equity, go for a M&A, go for a carbon funds available. These are the $12.5 billion for demining or recycling the mining and all that. There are so many things of that. This has to be brought into focus as somebody within the organization looks into the value system, and they are the best. And women are the best. So go ahead and have a look at it and establish any company that you want to invest. You are an investor. This is for Bhavish. You are investing in some company. Make sure you create this SYS governance standards. SYS is the important thing, subject, object, self-governance, and merit, measure, record, implement, and track your fiscal and ethical co-responsibility. Then you are through. Your money is very important, and it is not your money is very important to you, but their returns on investment is important to the society. It will grow. 100 million can go to 1 trillion. It's possible, but value system is what you have to look at. Please go ahead. Thanks. I have attached my book. Every company who wants to get invested, go for investment, or read the book. Very good analysis in terms of what the framework looks into and how it is being tracked. Tracking system is what you had to establish. Thank you. Finally, Kate says, while complex generative AI will help businesses innovate and explore new possibilities, just like past innovations like the moon landing expanded human exploration. Correct. I fully agree with you. And we got to do that, apply that for corporate matters. CorporateMOM is the veritable essence of corporate management operating system, deriving by use of science. So very interesting. Like what she has done is what I'm giving the corporate atomic structure. Laws of physics is being applied. Very elaborately. You have atomic structure, and we have a corporate atomic structure. And that is where we get the benchmarks. Every item that of balance sheet items will be able to pull out why it behaves like that. Then you have what they call the over 7 matter. That is 7/1000 of this thing, which is between hydrogen and this thing is being done, conversion of energy, helium, from this thing on a very amazingly correct manner, 7/1000. That is how the hydrogen does with helium. If any becomes over 6, nothing happens. If it is over 8, hydrogen is over, so we have nothing, which is correlated to your corporate structure. If you have the hydrogen is your money, and if you are not able to convert to energy, then it becomes a problem for the companies. Chapter 11 is that. So this is very important. Then you have quantum physics. Matter and energy is a beautiful one. It brings down, you have infinite number of elements, objects. How to control and bring it down. This is where I expect generative AI to help you out. You may have a supply chain, millions and millions of parts and spare parts are coming. We go like, if you look at Amazon delivery system, you can identify by bringing the metrics and where exactly each and every item is there. How many number of millions of items are there for Amazon is operating on a single day? Everything being correlated to have the dashboard to arrive at where exactly every one of them in which area which is going to be there. So if you go through the previous SOS governance framework, it contracts everything to 0 to 5, identifying with the metrics which is related to the nature. Metaphysics, intangible pulsating energy of humankind with everlasting metrics and benchmarks for corporate operations, measured by the return of the intangible, enabling how men and women conduct themselves. Intangible is the powerhouse each one of us has. Each one, men or women, each one of them, we have that ability. That capability is the human capability. That is intangible. That is brought as a common factor, as a denominator, and the numerator is action or inaction. So being common for everybody is denominator is 1, that's the energy force, and the numerator is 1 or 0, either you act or you don't act. So you have a binary value for return on the intangible of correlate with each and every one of the cream analytics. Wherever that you say, it is a question of individual. But the individual is going to put an effort to get that matter energy. Matter when it is being is energy waiting to happen. Energy is one which is matter has been already exploded. Energy has been put through, which goes to balance sheet, all that sort of thing. So this is where is very important in terms of bringing out the operative system, and nothing complex about it. I would like to reiterate, and it is very done nicely. If a generative AI is able to do that, we can do that. On a conclusive remark, I'll say that CorporateMOM brings in the ecosystem from nature with everlasting metrics and benchmarks for corporate operations. Generative AI can ignite ecosystem innovation by tapping into the collective brain power of all organizations quickly and easily. That's what IBM IBB says, the CEO's guide. What CorporateMOM suggests for generative AI is to ignite the ecosystem of corporate to reach the ecosystem set by nature. We are here. We have to move. The one that is going to push this up to a remarkable returns is the generative AI. Generative AI will continue to be a reactive machine, but transforms, as IBM IBB says. Generative AI is like any technology that has been, unlike any technology that has come before, by collaborating with human intelligence. Be ready to prepare EERP, expanded ERP of 200 qualitative and quantitative elements of management, triggering the generative AI. Set your targets for 2030 and go towards it. Thank you. Thank you, Kate. As a first step, change your organization structure. Einstein said the most incomprehensible thing about the universe is that it is comprehensible. Corporate and governments alone do not follow the laws of physics. You have a flat organization structure. Make it dynamic. That's what CorporateMOM stands for. Establishing the connect between the entity and that is the society. CorporateMOM, sustainability of corporate stability. CorporateMOM is corporate management orbiter mission. Corporate is central pillar of global economy, but collectively the current ecosystem has made it unstable. Make it stable. Mission is to make sure sustainability of corporate stability is ensured. That is the purpose. there is no different opinion among any as to stabilize the corporate management. The key word is sustainability. That is a sustained corporate stability.